I want to focus on Paul Skenes, Zack Wheeler, and then Al Leiter came on yesterday, did an amazing job on Shane McClanahan, and I want to focus on the changeup because it came to pass last night, watching him attack the Toronto Blue Jays. Can we start with Paul Skenes?
Please.
All right, when you think of Paul Skenes, coming out of college, we thought of what? Bully fastball, right? And that's what you think when you're watching him, when he gets on the mound, and that's what he'll give you. He'll give you 97, 98, top of the zone. When I watch him right now,
good.
I'm watching what could potentially be one of the greatest right-handed pitchers of all time. I really believe that in my heart. The process, the way he goes about it, he reminds me of Roger Clemens. He reminds me of Nolan Ryan. He gets after it and nobody hits him. Lowest ERA and first 64 career starts. You got Paul Skenes, you got the doctor, Doc Good, and Oral Hershiser. Your boy, Howie Pallette, right there.
Don't sleep on Howie.
Do not sleep on him. He hit the streets. And then Vita Blue. Okay. We know he's got the bully heater, but he can break you down in a variety of ways. Let's start with how he does execute the fastball. Paul Skenes is MLB ranked since the start of 2024. I mean, pick it, he's first. He's the guy. And he lets you know in the first 2 innings, I'm going to elevate the heater. Let's dive into a few at-bats. Hunter Goodman, pause this real quick. If you lock in on Hunter Goodman in Colorado, he's getting his A swing off. Kind of reminds you of Josh Donaldson. High leg kick, trying to do damage. Watch him go to work, elevating four-seamers and sweepers. Run this. We're going heater away, paint black. Elevated. That was the story of the early going. Sweeper, elevated heater, see you later. Troy Johnston comes up. Lefty, elevated heater. Elevated heater. It's got to give me something else. Elevated heater. It's got to throw a splinker. Nope. Again. Top of the zone. Next at bat, Hunter Goodman starts him with a sweeper and then goes to work at the elevated heater. So, establish the bully four-seam fastball top of the zone early in the game. And you see right here, percentage of four-seam fastballs over 2.75 feet. In 2026, he is up the ante. 67.2% of the time, he's elevating that four-seamer. We got the heat map. Look at this right here. 2025, kind of a myriad of where he is in the strike zone with his four-seam fastball. 2026, he is dialed right at the top rail of that strike zone. But what's interesting to me is that he'll bully you with the heater, but second and third time through, he starts to incorporate it all. Do we have the other board? Okay, get back to the video right here. There's a third board that shows he will start to go to work second and third time through with the splinker, with the backdoor breaking ball. Here's Willie Castro. He's going to tunnel the split off of it. And you can tell, run that back for me real quick. Watch after he executes that pitch. Run that back for me. Watch when he executes the pitch, how he jumps off the mound. Think he's feeling good about himself? He gave you a
little body language.
Yeah, little body
shimmy.
language, maybe a little smirk coming up. Again, Ezekiel Tovar. So he establishes the fastball, and then second time and third time through the order, you don't have a clue what's coming, but you can't come off that because he can beat you at any time. So he was fantastic as advertised. But a thinking man's pitcher that kind of plays like a bully when he first jumps on the mound. Now in Boston, Zack Wheeler.
Yeah.
How does he go about it? Let's get into him. When you think of Zack Wheeler, what's the first thing you think of? I think of that bullwhip, gorgeous windup. Who does that remind you of? He gets incredible extension.
Jacob deGrom?
That's exactly, Robert. Did you see my tape?
No.
Boom, there he is. Old teammate with the New York Mets. The extension, the ride on the four-seam fastball can't be matched. Bring up the extension board. Take a look at this. Largest extension on a four-seam sinker among starting pitchers. So when it releases out of Zack Wheeler's hand, even if it's 95, it's playing at about 97 miles an hour. And he has the ability to run this four-seam fastball by you So let's get back into the tape. He established that early and often. He got through the first 2-3 innings of this game on 16 pitches. So he has that in the back pocket whenever he wants it. He could just elevate the heater, top of the zone. Guys can't lay off it, and guys can't get to it. But when you watched him last night, there was a pitch to the right-handers, different variations of the fastball. The ability to throw the two-seamer. Look at that, just in off, just enough. So I know he's got a bunch of weapons, but when he had to make a pitch, Caleb Durbin, Trevor Story, any right-hander with the Boston Red Sox, he could get you right off the barrel. Little ground ball to Trey Turner right there. Watch him go to work right here against Caleb Durbin. Sinker in. He just turns this plate to where he's going to foul something off his shin. There it is. Now he's got to stay longer, stay inside it more, and he gives up on the outer half of the plate, and he's gone. So went to work elevating the four-seamer early, but then dropped in the nasty sinker. And you see his metrics, sinker metrics, last 6 seasons. 2026, it started to drop the arm angle down, getting some more horizontal movement on his two-seamer.
I was just thinking, remember when he signed that first contract with Philly? We were thinking, wow, that's a big deal.
Big deal.
Now?
I mean,
imagine.
One of the best pitchers in the game.
Yep.
And then to watch Shane O'Mac. Robert, you got a thing for him.
Yeah.
Al Leiter came on yesterday and talked about what? He has the bully fastball back, but it's the changeup. And let's get into it because he was on fire last night, and no one hits this thing. His entire career, lowest opponent OPS, no one does damage off him. Paul Skenes, top of the food chain, Schlittler, McClanahan, Ohtani. Hot change me to his numbers against his changeup in his career. Guys are hitting $1.40 with one home run. One home run. And he calls it a changeup. He took apart Vlad in the first inning. Let's get into that at bat. We got a tight shot. There's Vlad, 97, like you said, Robert. Filthy changeup, and then another dive bomb changeup he can't lay off of.
Oh.
And when you get the tight shot of it, I mean, calls it a changeup. It certainly holds it like a split-finger fastball, but this thing has got depth and dive. Induced vertical break, look at this, 2.8. Diving off the table, stuff plus. He's up the ante on his changeup. Second best changeup in baseball, according to Nays in my ear. All right, let's get into the Springer at bat, and we'll get out of here. Watch the movement on these changeups. So he goes 97 top of the zone, which you can't come off of. And then he gets a check swing. Filthy. Run that back for me. You get a swing like this on this next pitch where he's fighting for his life in a 2-2 count, you can go anywhere. He went elevated heater to tunnel the changeup off of it. So watching these three aces go about it, Skenes doesn't get enough love for how he dissects you. Wheeler's got two variations of his heater last night that just took apart the right-handers whenever he wanted to. And McClanahan's got a nasty changeup that no one could stay back on.